Royal Caribbean has formally announced the name of their newest cruise ship, and I'm going to tell you why that's a big deal. We need to talk about what Princess's current promo is, a glitch in their dining system that is really important to know if you booked dining lately. U.S. Cruise Port is going to be increasing the fees per cruise guest that's going to be coming into that port. And finally, Cruise Line is opening their big new cruise terminal in Barcelona, and I'm going to tell you why I think that matters. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday. It is February 18th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out, so thanks. Now let's start at the very top talking about that new ship that Royal Caribbean has got. A couple of weeks ago, I let you know that people on social media were all abuzz because the people that program Royal Caribbean's website were clearly working on the cruises for their brand new ship, and they let that go live, and so people all over the world saw the name of the new cruise ship. It's their newest Icon class, so this will be the third Icon class ship that Royal Caribbean is going to do. Her name is Legend of the Seas. What's the big deal about that? Well, this is the first time in the almost 60-year history of Royal Caribbean Cruise Line that they are using a name twice for a ship. So Legend of the Seas was a ship a long time ago, and they are naming that third Icon class ship Legend of the Seas. She is supposed to start sailing next year in July of 2026, so we're really excited to watch for the updates about her. And the Icon of the Seas and the Star of the Seas that we are waiting to come online, those are the two Icon class ships that we've got so far. So in the comments, let us know if you have sailed on the Icon of the Seas ship. Let us know if you've got her booked. Same with Star of the Seas. Are you looking forward to sailing on that ship? And are you looking to book Legend of the Seas when she is still really brand new? It'll be fun to talk about. Let us know what you think if you've been on Icon of the Seas. All right, let's talk about Princess Cruises for a minute. Over the weekend, over the Valentine's Day weekend, they had a promo. It ended on Sunday night. During that window of time, Princess says that they were so busy and they ended up having a glitch. So our Let's Go family member let me know about this. She was using her app and she put in to book 360, and she put her credit card number in, and it just kind of went back to the start again as though nothing had happened. A reservation didn't show up, nothing happened, so she thought it must be the credit card. So she entered it again with a different credit card number, and the exact same thing happened, and she thought, well, clearly something is wrong. The next morning she looked at her credit card statement, because this is a really good habit. She does that every day, and there were 10 charges on the one credit card for the $298 each. So there sits almost $3,000 in charges and one on the other credit card. So she gave Princess a call, and they said they knew they had this glitch. It might take them a month to iron it out. I don't know if that means to fix everything in the system or to finally give her money back, to credit all of that back. So I wanted you to know that if you have booked your dining lately, whether you've used the app or whether you've used the Dine Line, just take a peek at your credit card and make sure that you're only charged for what you actually booked. And if you have been charged for more than that, you need to call Princess and let them know that they need to rectify that situation. But I wanted you to know that it's going on, so that you don't wait until you get your statement in the mail and then you see a bunch of charges that you didn't know you had. What is the current promo with Princess? Yesterday was President's Day, and then starting today they have a promo, and it's for Mediterranean cruises, and it says you get up to, remember that up to please, up to $800 off plus 40% off. The third and fourth guest sail free, and the deposit is $99 per person. And please remember that this is just for certain cruises. And I have noticed on Princess's website that when they list the different cruises, they'll put that little promo there on every single one of them. even if you click on it and the third and fourth guests aren't free on that sailing. I don't know how that ends up that way, but really the best way to know what the promo is for each Mediterranean cruise that you might be thinking about is to actually look at it and see what is offered with it. But that's a really fun promo, and it's really very tempting. I just love to go to the Mediterranean. It makes me want to look for another Mediterranean cruise. Okay, next up, what cruise port is it that is increasing the fees for every cruise passenger that comes? Well, you know, we've been watching as some of the ports here in the United States have ships sailing out of them more and more regularly, and I love that. It opens the world of cruising for people that want to visit those places, plus people that live in that region. It's so much handier for them to be able to get there. Boston, Massachusetts is one of these ports. For as long as I can remember, some cruise ships have come and gone from that port, but it is really increasing in popularity. More and more ships and more different cruise lines are making port calls in Boston. And I should say just regular port calls as well as round-trip cruises there. We've got our July 4th, 2026 sailing, that special sailing for the 250th birthday of the United States of America. It's round trip from Boston. It's going to be an extraordinary sailing. I know that on the surface you might think, you know what, it just goes to some ports in the United States, but it goes at a very, very special time, and it takes away a lot of the trouble with traffic. Like, you don't have to pay for a hotel overnight in New York City. Get a day in Philadelphia without having to worry where you're going to park your car. Okay, that's a big deal in Philadelphia. They have this cool, like if you go to visit like the Liberty Bell and a bunch of the other places there, they've got like underground parking. They've got a lot going on, but it is still a headache. And at that special time of year, on that very special, anyway, it's going to be fantastic. So, what is Boston doing? I just get so excited. So Boston, starting in 2026 and through 2030, they are going to increase the price every year by $3 for cruise passengers to come and visit that port. So by the time they get done with this in 2030, it's going to cost $15 per cruise passenger to come to the port there in Boston. What are they going to do with this money? I love that they have a plan for it. What they are going to do is do more work to develop their cruise terminal and that whole area right there. I've sailed both in and out of Boston a few times now, and I love going there. But what is really important to remember is it is a really pretty basic cruise terminal they've got there. I can see how they feel like they need to do a little bit more to increase all of the services they can offer to guests that are coming, as well as improve customer experience. So that's what they're going to use the money for. And like I said, I like that they've got a plan for it. And $15 to me is not so much that I'll think twice about going to that cruise port. So let me know in the comments if you've sailed out of Boston, if you want to sail out of Boston or just have a port stop, as well as if $15 makes it a deal breaker for you. Okay? I would like to hear about that. The last thing, this is really a big deal. So if you've been following in the news, not just about cruisers, but also about just plain regular tourists visiting Barcelona, there has been so much in the news. Last summer, it was really, really big. And kind of the way they've navigated this is to say we're not going to let as many cruise ships come, and we are not going to let so many apartments in the tourist areas of town be turned into Airbnbs. That is the main tax that they are taking so far. But with that happening, to me, it's a really big deal that MSC has a brand new cruise terminal there in Barcelona. If you're not familiar with MSC, we talk about trying it here in the United States. It's comparatively new cruise line here to the United States, but it's been sailing in Europe for a long time, and the family that owns it, that Mediterranean Shipping Company, what MSC stands for, has been sailing forever. It's really an old company. So they have really close ties there in the Mediterranean, that whole region there through Europe. And to me, it's really special that Barcelona is allowing this to happen. And it also makes me happy that they're allowing these cruise passengers to come. So when people think that all is lost for cruise ships not visiting, that maybe they weren't going to get to go to Barcelona anymore. That's not it at all. I think that Barcelona is making choices and being really wise with what they do as far as tourism from cruise passengers goes there in Barcelona. And so they just barely, with their new cruise terminal, the MSC Fantasia, arrived there for the very first time this last weekend on Saturday the 15th. And rolling forward, that ship is going to call in that port, and then they'll, of course, have different ships that will call there. But just makes me really happy and excited to know that Barcelona will continue to be a wonderful destination. We're just going to have to choose what cruise line we go on there out of the ones that go. And let me know if you've been to Barcelona, if you want to go to Barcelona. If you are someone that's been to Barcelona lots of times, let us know some of your favorite things. I've been there lots of times. I've shared my favorite things here before, but every time I go, most of the time I like to try to see something I haven't seen before or see it in a different way. And so if we all share the things that we really enjoy, I think it will help inform all of us to maybe find something we hadn't seen before. So thanks for joining me here today. I am so excited to read your comments. I'll see you all here again tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.